been an overnight hailstorm at the ground. The bowlers' run-ups were quite wet when the umpires inspected. They dried those out with sawdust, and play eventually began 20 minutes late. First ball of the day now, Dennis Lilly. And Knott is the batsman. Gilmore was out on the field on Saturday and has taken Turner's place again this morning. Knott, he's being pulled in now to short forward square. And 2 runs there for Alan Knott. Ross Edwards is the fieldsman. It hit the stumps. It wasn't one of Edwards' better throws. It had Marsh backpedaling because it was just a fraction short of where he could comfortably take it. Tom Spencer, the umpire at Max Walker's end, is standing instead of umpire Harold Bird, who injured a back on Saturday. Alan Oakman took over on Saturday, and now Tom Spencer has been called in. 97 for 5, 12 to Alan Knott. Chris Holt has strike on 4, and it'll be Max Walker to come in from umpire Spencer at the bowler's end. He is standing with the bowler. Misfield by Thompson, who's struggling to get to it on his right-hand side. Again, he doesn't throw. Leaves the throwing to the fieldsman who's followed him, Gary Gilmore. And the 100 is up for England in their second innings to the loss of 5 wickets. 101 in the first innings, 100 for 5 in the second against Australia's 359. Oh, it's a good catch. A lovely catch there by Doug Walters, away on his left-hand side. It was past the man on his right, and he caught that horizontal, probably 18 inches above the ground, stretched out as far as he possibly could to his left hand. A fine catch to dismiss Chris Old, who is out for 7. Not a great shot, that. A long way away from his body. Guiding it away there, and you could see there that Edwards had no chance of catching that. That ball was past him, and a fine piece of work by Doug Walters. And Dennis Amos comes out now. Retired hurt for 2 on the scorecard at the moment. He comes out with England really in trouble now. They needed a long partnership from Old and Knott. It's raining quite heavily now. In fact, I can't believe they'll stay on through this. Tom Spencer, in fact, has taken a few paces towards Arthur Fagg. Yes, in fact, they're coming off. In fact, the rain soon passed over, and only 22 minutes of play were lost. The players coming out again to resume at 12:34.
So it looks as though it's going to be one of these days with interruptions, constant showers. And it's Amos facing Lilly. This confrontation between Lilly and Amos has gone very much in the bowler's direction now for some considerable time. Must be a big psychological block as far as Dennis Amos is concerned. 2 noughts in the 5th test match at Adelaide in January, a further duck, Melbourne and Sydney, and Lilly getting rid of him for 4 in the first innings here. Very similar ball, in fact, that one, to the way he got rid of him in the first innings. Made that lift of not too short a length. He was caught round the corner by Jeff Thompson there in the first innings. Almost an identical delivery. Look at that, skidded along the ground. So that went about 5 bounces in the end through to Rod Marsh, so another maiden. Well, great players been made on these Australian fast bowlers, Thompson and Lilly, but one mustn't forget Max Walker. He's already collected 7 wickets in this test match, and he's picked up wickets in test matches at the equivalent rate of Dennis Lilly. Oh, and a fine ball there, cut him back sharply. Couldn't have been all that far out. And that coming in again very sharply indeed. Spencer turning it down, much to the disgust there. Max Walker is going to have another look. That really did cut back like a very, very fast off break. Pitching well outside off stump. And probably in the view of umpire Spencer, it did in fact too much. That's a short one. That's the best shot of the morning by far. Nice square cut by Alan Knott. So even on this slow outfield, that going quickly through for the first boundary of the day. So something for the small crowd here to cheer about. Alan Knott moving on to 18. Not to face Dennis Lilly. It's a useful ball, did well to pull away from that one. Pitch just outside off stump, moved away quite sharply. Good little bit of reaction there by Alan, not dissimilar to the ball that got rid of Graham Gooch. Lucky enough to get a little touch. That's a better shot. Really nicely pushed it away. There's Gary Gilmore chasing that. Australian 12th man. And Knott's coming through for 3 runs. Gilmore, the substitute fielder out there, Alan Turner, still unable to take his place in the field this morning, suffering from strained hamstring muscle. Well, he's got a run there all right. Pushed it away past Gilmore towards mid-on. So Amos moving on to 4. And that's beaten Gilmore there. A little difficulty in turning. So, 3 runs, 2 runs coming all at once there. So the good shot, identical to the one he put away before. Dropped short, got into a nice position and cut it away square for 4. So a second time this morning he's given that treatment to Dennis Lilly. And a very convincing square cut by Alan Knott. Takes him on to 29 and England on to 119 for 6.
The England batsmen will be hoping that the luncheon interval will have deadened this pitch. There was quite a bit of movement there this morning for both Lilly and Walker. Couldn't have been very pleasant batting out there. Perhaps that 40 minutes of the lunch interval will have allowed everything to deaden down. And he's out inside edge, or the inside of the glove onto the hip and then bouncing away to short leg, and that is tragedy for England. 7 for 122 now. Looks as though it probably flicked the glove and bounced away to Gilmore at short leg. Thompson, the bowler, breaking through in this first over after lunch. Dennis Lilly bowled for a long time before lunch without success, and Thompson didn't have a bowl. Chappell brought him on straight after the luncheon interval, and he's broken through, getting Dennis Amos for 5. This is how he was dismissed in the first over before lunch. The first one Thompson has bowled today. Shortish, bouncing from bat or glove onto the thigh pad, and Gary Gilmore, the man, diving forward to take the catch at short forward square leg. That's safe. Over the heads of the slips, 4 runs. Nothing elegant about the stroke, but it's effective enough to take England's total on to 126 for 7. Takes John Snow off the mark, gets him off the pair. Very loose delivery from Mallet, with round armour. Lilly is the fieldsman. And it's almost a Mallet piece of fielding. About the only man I know who puts his long spikes through the ball, but Lilly has managed it down here at the long leg boundary. Four. Very well hit through extra cover by Snow. Slower, higher from Mallet. And Snow gave it the full face of the bat. Smashed it away between extra cover and mid-off. It's a good solid stroke from John Snow. Mallet trying to tempt him with the slower ball. That's short of Gilmore, a little bit away to his left, and if they want 3 runs, they'll be able to get it if John Snow comes back quickly enough. In fact, he's not interested. He reckons that he's quite capable of handling Ashley Mallet. That firm stroke off the back foot through mid-wicket. That's a good stroke, straight down the ground. Beautiful hit. Straight over the umpire's head at the bowler's end. Just a little bit short of the boundary edge, and a lovely stroke from John Snow. Chappell has deferred to this hitting by putting Walker back at mid-on, halfway to the fence. And there's another good stroke away through mid-wicket. That'll be quite safe. And beautifully timed again. Lovely lofted stroke away to the untended outfield.
It's a funny old...
On, halfway to the fence. And there's another good stroke away through mid-wicket. That'll be quite safe. And beautifully timed again. Lovely lofted stroke away to the untended outfield. John Snow goes on to 22, and England's total to 151. Thompson now to Alan Knott. Oh, what a marvellous catch. Good heavens, that really was flying at a tremendous pace, and McCosker, who is not the greatest fielder in the Australian side, with due deference to him, has pulled it out of thin air. Knott is out for 38. Caught McCosker, bowled Thompson. Thompson takes his 4th wicket, and the England total in the second innings is 151 for 8. Well, here it is. Have a look at this catch by Rick McCosker. One of the 6 strong men in the slips, full toss, slashed away, and McCosker has picked it up. Left hand. Well, I think Alan Knott could be counted a little bit unlucky there.
That's another good shot. Just away square on the offside. Nicely timed shot. Streaking away to the boundary. So John Snow taking 3 runs there. And looking in particularly good form. Good season with the bat, made useful runs for Sussex earlier in the season. And always fancies himself a little bit as a batsman. Looked most disappointed when he was adjudged LBW in the first innings. The clouds a good deal higher now. Looking indeed a little more settled than earlier in the day. So 159 for 8. Mallet to continue to Snow. That's over the top of mid-off. Glorious shot. Beautifully timed. Wonderful pick up there into the crowd for 6. And hit there with no apparent effort. And so nice to see a man coming in and hitting the ball straight. Already put Mallet over his head. It wasn't far short of 6 the last time, but made sure then. The 6-man England batsman in this match. He moves on to 33. That's it, caught behind. John Snow quickly on his way. Thompson picking up his 5th wicket of the innings. And John Snow caught Marsh, Bolt, Thompson for 34. And England won 67 for 9. So his colleagues greeting him there over his 5th wicket. And John Snow not behind it, little flash outside the off stump. No bother at all to Rodney Marsh, tossed high in the air. So entertaining interlude there from John Snow. 34 coming in pretty quick time. That's cut away over the top of the ring of slips and gullies. That'll go through for 4 as well. So Arnold on to 6. So another chance for Ashley Mallet to collect his 1st wicket of this match. Numbers 10 and 11 to bowl at now. And that's it, bowling through the gate. So he didn't need any short legs. Mallet coming on, taking the wicket of Underwood to end proceedings here at EDGBASTON.
Well, there's a background of blue sky there, but not for England, dismissed in their 2nd innings for 173. A flurry of strokes today from Alan Knott, who played with great resolution. John Snow, I thought, played very, very well. He showed a lot of experience out there, as indeed he should. He's an experienced player. He bowled well, and I think this has been a pretty good all-round performance from John Snow in his comeback to Test cricket. So Alan Knott and John Snow, the only ones reaching double figures, with Keith Fletcher, who did so on Saturday. Now, this was a thoroughly good win by Australia, a comprehensive one in the end by that innings with a day to spare, or over a day to spare, and they never really looked like losing once Marsh and Edwards got together in the 1st innings. That was a fighting partnership at a stage where the England bowlers had fought back, and then Thompson, when he came in, set the seal on Australia's chances of victory. The real eye-opener was the way the Australian fast bowlers operated when they got onto this pitch that for everyone else had been fairly sluggish with just some movement off the seam. They were certainly assisted by the rain affecting the pitch, but it was a very, very good performance and a daunting one for any England supporters looking in. Chappell must be absolutely delighted with the performance at the moment. DENNESS, having made the error of giving him 1st use of the pitch, now faces removal from the England team or the England captaincy or both, and Chappell, I should think, is an extremely happy man.
Well, certainly very pleasing, Rich, although I think we have had things go very much our way in this Test match as far as the luck is concerned, but also very nice to be one up at the start of a series.
I've just asked Ian if he has any firm ideas about any of the young England players who are around, who have looked very promising to him as he's been going around the counties. He told me that Yes, he has, but he's no intention at all of saying what they are.
I think that's a fair comment from Ian. He doesn't want to give anything away. But looking at youngsters, you know, Richie, it's always been a thing in this country that we never have teenagers or young lads of the age of 20, or many of them around, because I think they all look to have a degree or a trade before they come into the game of cricket. Youngsters we have around, we're talking about boys of the age of 25 and just over that. The ball was flying around and it moved considerably with the quick bowlers. I think we'll probably go back in the future, as I would like to see it, and have covered wickets the whole time in this country.
Mike, I must ask you, what about your own personal position now?
Well, I'm off to look after a Gillette Cup Kent side, I hope, and beating Nottinghamshire now, and I shall be thinking about what's happened over the last few days. Rather sad that I made a mistake in putting the Australians in, but it's easy after the event to say this. At the time I believed it was the right one, but there we are. As regards cricket, well, I'm a professional cricketer, I love cricket, and so long as I'm asked to play the game of cricket, I will do it.
And can we say then that you're certainly available to play or captain England in the Lord's Test match?
I think you can easily say that I'm always available to play cricket.
Very good. Mike, thanks very much. It's a crushing defeat in innings and 85, brought about largely by the weather, the rain-affected pitch, and it's a start to the series that may not be all that pleasant for you. Certainly it's been pleasant for your opposite number, but thank you very much indeed for joining us today at the conclusion of this first Test match.
It's a pleasure.
Well, that's all from this first Test match at Edgbaston. Australia winning with a day and a quarter to spare, and that's the 5th time in the last 7 months that Australia has beaten England in a Test match.